Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at how to make a grand piano sound for the Hydrasynth. Now there's a long article on Sound, I believe it is, and very long, and it basically comes to the conclusion that it's nigh impossible to make a grand piano sound with subtractive synthesis. So not only will this kind of prove that wrong, but at the same time it should help a lot of people get within the ballpark of what they'd expect a grand piano to sound like, plus the fact that you can kind of tune it. So I've got other pianos that I can use for things, but this is quite nice in context of a tune because it's not sample based, so I can do more with it. I can sustain it, or I can make it sound a bit unnatural in order to fit the tune better. It's probably a better way of saying it. So let's start from the beginning. The initial concept was to make a thud, like a felt noise. So we'll start with that. We'll have envelope to oscillator 3, and then we'll go to oscillator 3, make sure it's down 24 semitones, no key tracking at all, and we want a sine wave, so whatever note we hit we get the same. We'll go to envelope, and this is envelope 3, and we'll just make it so it's just a quick little thud, and that's fine, and that's done. Next we'll go back to the mixer and we'll put oscillator 1's volume to about 109 and 128 for oscillator 2. Oscillator's 1 wave will be horizon 4, and oscillator 2's wave will be horizon 7. And then we're going to go to the filter. Actually, we're going to go to voice first. I'm going to take snap off, and then we're going to go to the filter. In the filter you want envelope amount to about 52, key tracking to -18 because we don't want this to sound like a synth, so as we go up the notes we want to keep the filter quite closed, and we want to put the cutoff down to about 5. Okay, if we go to amp envelope, we're going to want a tiny bit of release and a little bit of a pluck, so we'll do that accordingly. Let's go to the filter. This is important. We're going to want some release, some nice sustain, decay. So you can hear we're almost there. Next we want to go to rotary. Seems to be a really good effect for this kind of sound. And then I put an EQ on it, and I boosted the low quite a bit. And then last but not least was a reverb plate, very small and not a lot. Now what's interesting is when you scale up and down this keyboard, that's how I tested how realistic it was, by going right down to the bottom of the scale and seeing if it sounded like a piano when it was really low, and then all the way up. Now you might want to turn the felt noise down a little bit, especially when you get up to the higher notes, because you can hear it over the piano. The envelopes are really important especially the amp and the filter. I think we turn rotary up a little bit. See, what I was saying is, if you was working on a tune and say like your keys were around here, there wasn't any high ones, for example, but the sound was a bit subdued, you could take it up. But I quite like it low. It's kind of like, it's warm. It reminds me of like a contact thing where I think it was called felt, where you could really hear the felt noise. So we could put a little bit more hold on it. Okay, so from there I would put a little bit of velocity envelope on it, on the filter, and then I would also go to the amp and I'd put some on there as well. So that way if I hit it hard, it responds like a real piano. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you found this interesting. It's definitely the closest that I've heard to grand piano, and I'll see you soon.